All right, I just want to thank you all for coming out, and thank you to Little Patuxent Review. This one's called A Celebration. The cut lilies on the bookshelf have turned, creping petals of soft pastel, gradating to crunchy ochre. Their scent has shifted too. Their sweetness now impenitently earthy, molecules rearranging in decay. It's customary to dispense of them now. From the button of raised stigma, clear drops thick with sugar glisten in suspension, ringed by diffuse and redundant sienna knobs. They scatter their orange irritant at the slightest provocation. Within the contrasting sharpness, their collapsing geometry, the voids from fallen golden spires of petal crowns are the locus of attention. As with the old man's grin, you see the dark interruptions first. This one's called Roses Still Bloom in Baltimore. Though it's late June and the air hangs like a sopping rag, roses still bloom in Baltimore. A little burnt, they've opened in a lone rangy bush, just a ways off the cracked sidewalk by the apartments near Hopkins. Oh, Baltimore, ain't it hard just to live, so let's root for the underdog. On St. Paul, you'll stumble across street tomatoes whose vines claw up rough brick facades, shocks of spherical cadmium offset by sidewalk. Notice the weed-choked violets that wind round their assailants in blinding blue fluorescence. Let your gaze rest on the morning glories, opalescent bells spiraling up creamy cables, courting, singing, of flowers' triumphant sense of survival. Sensual art, sly science, oh clever craft. Dismissed as weeds, overshadowed, still they grow until they eclipse the earth, bound for better sky. And this one's called Arrow. To my love, I give you nothing. You are already a distant star around which I orbit. Dahlia swallowed by night. The arrow sinks into its target. Somewhere a cigarette ember dances on an empty street, the filter jubilant with your spit. And this one is called The Score. In the lecture hall balcony, formerly a chapel, our backs form an arch, and my fingers slip around the wood of the railing as you cry hallelujah. In the dusty bedroom, two competing hues of yellow. On the walls, my vision blurs and eyes roll back. The floors creak and groan, betraying our feet as you press me into the door, slipping down, pressing soft waves, I grab hold. I have goals for the abandoned baseball diamond behind Mason House. Extra innings on the grass with the length of view incoming is the only score I track. In this studio, the armchair in the corner. I'll push you into it, and only after I feel your response through your clothes, I will lower your zipper, slowly, ritualistically. You rise and bob up and up, because you have been thinking of it too, haven't you? Lastly, in the Gihon, I want to taste the minerals, the sediment left on your neck. Never mind the leeches, it is I who latches on and stubbornly does not lift their head. And this last one is called These Snowflakes Unsettlingly Gather Mass. Isn't it so satisfying to cut into something? The slight resistance before the blade pushes past. The snow is more satisfying, more terrifying. To be snowed in, buried up to one's eyes, to meet the drift at the window, to lust for the quiet that comes with deep snow. The earth muffled, obliviated, suffocating under its glittering smooth weight, its tears glacial and heavy. This afternoon, these flakes unsettlingly gather mass as they fall, lightly at first, but faster, heavier. Boughs of cotton burdened with something unseen. The strange pull of icy geometry. These crystalline stars intimate in a fluttering whisper, your accumulating secrets are safe, hitting the ground with wet pat, pat, pets. Thank you.